Why does the Electoral College exist? Quick plug, like and share. Now to put it simply, the Electoral College saw states elect representatives of a political party, generally between the Democratic Party or Republican Party, who would in turn act as the representative of their district and cast a vote for the president, almost always their political party leader. The number of electors is tied to the number of senatorial seats, plus 100 senators, 2 from each state, and an additional number of seats equal to the state with the lowest number of electors, to represent DC. This led to the current 538 electors, 100 of which are senators and 3, which is equal to Wyoming's electoral numbers, to represent DC. But why? Basically, when the American experiment was beginning, there was a split between two options: the president would be congressionally elected, and the president would be elected by popular vote. As neither wanted to relent, a compromise would be reached. Each state would be required to vote for representatives who would vote for the president. It's not a perfect system, but it is still used. To extremely simplify, each of the 50 states has 2 senators, 1 elected per senator, plus a minimum of 1 elector depending on population. Low population states like Wyoming would have 1 additional elector, while the populated California would have an additional 52 electors. One problem with this method: in the 1787 Constitutional Convention, the southern states wanted to have their elector number include the enslaved population, even though they were unable to vote. This was rejected as it would have incentivized the South to increase their enslaved population, who were prohibited from voting, while giving a disproportionate voting power to the free population. So, Founding Father Charles Pinckney Jr., a man who would become the 37th Senator of South Carolina, suggested a compromise, quote, 3/5 of the number of slaves in any particular state would be added to the total number of free white persons, including bond servants, but not Indians, to the estimated number of congressmen each state would send to the House of Representatives. Meaning that if a state had 3 million free voters, and 5 million enslaved people, they would be counted as having a population of 6 million instead of the actual population of 8 million. Something similar is still happening, known as prison gerrymandering. If a person who votes for the Green Party is arrested in a Green voting state, their population will be counted towards the Green state on census-taking day. While if the Green voter is incarcerated in a predominantly blue voting state, their population would be counted towards the blue elector numbers on census-taking day. So, if a blue state can arrest and imprison Green voters in their state, they can effectively seal their votes. Despite the fact that nearly a quarter millennium has passed since the Electoral College was decided, a lot has changed since then, but it's still possible that the majority of the people vote for one candidate, known as the popular vote, but the other candidate wins, known as the electoral vote. Maybe it's time for a change to a direct election, but as many states benefit from the system, why would they change it? But now you know.